Oh, hello. It's been quite a while since I've done these kinds of videos, but yeah, pep talks are coming back better than ever. I'm not using a script, so I'm gonna have to say whatever's on my mind. Bear with me. Enjoy the video. Before I begin, I'm just going to give a fair warning that there will be some incoming salt. I'm about to get very fiery and passionate. Alright, let's get down to the point. So, I've heard it said many times that the Animal Jam community is a toxic place, full of toxic fake people who are just going to do you wrong if you try to develop a friendship with them. Basically, I've heard from people that there are no genuine YouTubers in this community, that this community is a toxic place, that it's dying, that YouTubers are quitting, that everything about this community is going downhill. Well, I'm here to actually tell you guys that may be the case, but it's because you're letting it happen. So, hear me out with what I'm gonna say, because it might open some eyes. Okay, so let's start off with a few facts. Fact number 1. There's toxic people in this community. Yeah, that's just a fact of life. There's toxic people everywhere. There's toxic people in the real world, at school, on Animal Jam, on any online community you could think of. That's just the way it is. Fact number 2, the community is supposedly dying. People are losing views. YouTubers are quitting, and many YouTubers have already quit. And yes, that is very true. Fact number 3, and this has to be reiterated time and time again by many people. People get involved in really ridiculous petty drama in this community. I don't know why, I don't know how, I'll never comprehend how or why it happens, because, like, really, there's so many things that could be different if people just didn't do what they do that apparently causes the drama. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm going to add a little more to that list I mentioned earlier, you know, the facts. So, fact number 1, there's toxic people in the community. Yes, I already explained that, but one thing people tend to do is they interact with these toxic people. Like, if a toxic person leaves a rude comment, they get offended, and it's like, oh my gosh, you're so mean, I'm exposing you to all my friends, I'm telling the whole world about what you did, and it's like, ugh. You realize it only makes the situation worse, right? It doesn't do anything for you, it doesn't do anything for them, it doesn't benefit either of you. And I've seen instances where that happens, and it's so ridiculous. If you're dealing with a toxic person, stop thinking about what other people say, just go ahead, block the person. Stop thinking that because you blocked a person, you're being too afraid to face the problem. It's not. It's called removing toxicity from your life, and it's gonna do you so much good in the future. Back to fact number 2, the community's dying. Well, why do you think it's dying, people? You're letting it die. Why are you sitting there complaining when you could be doing something about it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't complain unless you're gonna actually attempt to do something about it. That's what I do not like. A lot of people in this community behave as followers, and I mean, that's not true with everyone, but it seems like people tend to behave as followers. If someone else isn't doing something, they don't do it. If someone else is doing something, they go ahead and do it. Stop being a follower and just get up and do something. Like, what is holding you back? First off, it starts by removing the toxicity from your life. Stop interacting with people who make you hate the community more. I hate when people say, oh, I dealt with a toxic person, that's it, I'm quitting the community, everyone here is horrible. That's not the case, people! There's good people here, you just have to find your people. Don't you give up and just leave the community like that. I'm not letting you. If you were my friend, I would not let you leave like that. Nope, nope, you're staying right where you are if you're my friend. Now, I know, we all can be shrinking violets sometimes. I can be a shrinking violet, and I just let people get to me, but I eventually come to my senses and say, no, I'm not leaving this community behind. There's lots of people here who actually care about me. Who cares what people say if they say, oh, you don't inspire enough people. You do everything wrong. I don't like your main look, Ellipsity. I liked it better when you were the lemur. Oh, you have more followers on Instagram. I'm so jealous of you. Shut up. I don't need any of you guys in my life. I'm blocking you all out. So, yeah. Okay, at this point, I've just made it crystal clear. Stop interacting with toxic people. If anyone leaves a rude comment towards you and they disguise it as constructive criticism, when it's really a rude comment that makes you feel uncomfortable, block the idiot, okay? You don't need more morons in your life telling you how to run your channel or run your live for basically what I just said. Now, I can't be a hypocrite. I tend to take things very personally, but that's only when people don't say it to my face. I can't stand it when people just talk behind each other's backs and they never tell anyone to their face. Oh, I have a problem with you. And it's like, no, why don't people do that? Why do people talk behind each other's backs and never tell each other that they're having problems with each other? It's like, why keep it a secret? You realize how many problems there would be in this world if we all spoke to each other and not about each other? Oh, I don't know, maybe we'd be resolved by now, maybe we'd block each other by now, maybe we would all stop interacting with toxic people, but no, people choose to continue to interact with those people, they continue to lie to those people, they continue to be fake with each other, and then what do you know, the friendship turns into something very ugly, and that contributes to more of the drama we see, and it just needs to stop. So, step 1. Block out toxic people. Step 2, if you have a problem with someone, tell them, and if they can't accept it and change their ways, block them right then and there. Some people are like walls, there's no getting through to them, but it's worth the try. Stop being a little shrinking violet and saying, I'm too afraid to tell them my opinion, they're gonna hate me. No, who cares if they hate you? Because you know what? If you truly love yourself and you truly have confidence in yourself, none of these words will get to you. So just get up and do what you have to do to live a happy life, to have a peaceful life in this community. And another thing, stop holding back your potential. If you want this community to be alive again, then do what it takes to make it alive again. And don't enliven it with drama. We've run on drama enough, okay? Just drop it. Stop resorting to drama. If you want this community to be alive again, get creative and do something worth people's time, okay? How much do I have to say this? Hopefully I don't have to reiterate this 1,000 times to people, because already after the first time, it feels like I'm talking to 5-year-olds. Okay, I'm kidding. Most of you people probably are 5-year-olds, and that's okay. But, you know, I'm talking about the people in this community who are like teens or adults, and they still act like they never left 4th grade. It leads me to talk about these secret valentines. You know, that new update? Yeah, it's a pretty cool update, except for the fact that people are using it to be hateful with each other. Honestly, it's just so funny and ridiculous how people just you're taking something like Valentine's Day and you're turning it into something negative and hateful. I knew that would happen. You humans are far too predictable. Look, if you're really going to tell someone how you honestly feel, don't hide behind a secret Valentine. That just makes you look like a coward. And let's face it, you're being a coward by doing that. If you really have a negative opinion of someone, don't sink that low. Just tell them how you feel in, like, the best way possible. Don't be rude. Don't, like, say anything legitimately mean. But if you have an opinion of someone, you should be honest with them in the best way possible, not some stupid secret Valentine. And if you're having a problem with a friend, tell them. I mean, this does not mean point out their flaws. It's just if you're having an issue with someone, if they're hurting you, you need to step up and be assertive. And it starts by growing a backbone, growing a thicker skin, and just telling them how you feel. And if they're not going to change their ways for you, then you realize it's a toxic friendship. They're not going to change. They're not going to change their ways. They're not going to try to make this friendship work because they think they're so all that and they're never going to change anything about themselves. So I'm out of this friendship. If everyone had that mentality in this community, they would stop interacting with toxic people. Block them out. Ditch them when you feel that they are not good friends. Is it that difficult? Well, actually, it kind of is, but it's going to start out difficult. But when you realize how much you can accomplish by doing what it takes to create a less toxic life, you're going to be really happy with the result. It's good to be selfless, don't get me wrong, it's good to be selfless and care for others, but if you're not caring for yourself, if you're putting yourself in a dangerous situation for someone else, back out of it and just drop that toxic friend. Who cares if it hurts their feelings? They didn't care when they were hurting your feelings, did they? If they kept up what they were doing and they kept making you miserable, it's best to just drop them. Treat your life like your house. In your house, you wouldn't let some weirdo in your house, now would you? No, you would shut the door and lock it tight. Treat your life that way. Shut the door to your life, lock it tight, so that toxic people can't get in. And if they try to break in, do whatever it takes to keep getting them out of your life, because you will have none of it. Have that mentality. Have this mentality of, I will not let anyone walk all over me. I will stay away from these people. I will live my happy life with the people who matter. I will shut out these toxic people. It is possible. Stop letting your emotions get to you and being too afraid to take action, or nothing will ever change. This den right here, let's treat it like it's my house. I'm not gonna let toxic people into it to take whatever they want to take. Same goes with your life, you know? If they're toxic, ditch them. Don't even talk to them. Just pretend they're dead. A life where all the doors to toxic people are closed off is a very, very peaceful life. And this community would be so much better if no one gave the morons a chance to speak. Stop giving these morons a chance to speak, and stop interacting with them. Stop letting them torture you. Just stop, okay? Focus on yourself and your life and the people who actually matter, the people who make you feel comfortable. The toxic people are going to do whatever they can to keep you by their side, or guilt trip you, or tell you that what you're doing is wrong, or make you look like the bad guy. Well, no. Block it out. That's what they're going to try to do. Trust me. I've dealt with many toxic people who have tried to convince me that I'm this horrible person for ditching them, but that's what they all do. They're toxic. They want to make you feel like the bad guy. Don't let them do that to you. That's how they try to get you. I know how their minds work. That's right, toxic people. I know how you guys work. I'm not stupid. There are so many wonderful things about this community that people seem to overlook, and it's because they only focus on the people that make the community a nightmare. Well, gee, that's just like saying in life, I'm gonna quit my job because the people at my job are so negative. I'm not going to school anymore because people bully me. No, you don't run away from the problem like that. You fight the problem and you do whatever it takes to get it out of your life. You need to be a jerk sometimes. If people are going to be a jerk to you, you have to do what it takes to get them out of your life. And if they feel sorry about it, and if they feel this pit in their stomach, don't forgive them right away. That's just going to give them a chance to not learn from their mistake. And you toxic people who have screwed up and you lost a friend, sorry to say this, but if you feel guilt in your stomach, let that guilt teach you what it feels like to screw up. It's good that you feel that way, because it'll teach you not to screw up like that again. People who are toxic and making your life miserable, or just degrading your success, or making you feel insecure about your creative ability in this community, you need to drop them. Doesn't matter if the people helped you in some way. Sometimes people who are toxic use this excuse. Oh, how dare you ditch me? I did so much good for you, and you're just focusing on what I've done wrong. No, no, no. If they did more bad than good, drop them. If they're not gonna change, drop them. You are not obligated to put up with the person who is going to make your life miserable. It doesn't matter if they helped you in some way. Sometimes they just use that as leverage, and they really don't care about how you feel. Some people are possessive. You need to get out of those friendships, and you need to find some friends who are actually going to respect your wishes, and you're going to actually be able to resolve problems with. Fights happen in every friendship, but if those fights only lead to more toxicity and they don't help the friendship grow, then that's a toxic friendship. I know some of the things I said in this pep talk were a bit blunt, but I had to be blunt because in my old pep talks I was so sweet and innocent and just easygoing, and no one really paid attention to anything I had to say. No one really took me seriously. And how could they have if I was scripted, you know? So I hope this actually inspires some people. It doesn't even have to inspire thousands and thousands of people, just a good amount of people that will spread a ripple, you know? A ripple starts out small and then it gets bigger. Okay, now I'm just referencing Pocahontas. What the heck? Okay, so yeah, if you have any questions about anything I said, feel free to ask them, because knowing me, I probably left something out. It's something I tend to do when I make a video that has a lot of words. I tend to realize later on that I forgot some stuff that was very important. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Well, I hope you all learned something from this really long video. Let me know if I should do more pep talks, and I hope it inspired some people to not deal with more toxic people, because those suck. So yeah, anyways, have a great day. So you actually made it the whole way through? You watched the entire video? Thank you so much if you did. Well, of course you did, unless you skipped to this part, you know what I'm saying. But thank you for watching. You're always welcome here, whether you're subscribed or not. And always remember this: never fear your uniqueness. If you have creative ideas, let them out. I'm here to inspire y'all. See you all next video. Bye.